Money Heist has characters that you either love deeply or hate deeply, and they've been developing in exciting and jaw-dropping ways. Regardless of your feelings for each of them, the show would never be the same without them. So, without further ado, let's rank the 10 best characters on the show. 10. Rio. Rio is brought on due to his hacking skills, but the criminal life seems to overwhelm him. But he is very vital to the plot. At some point, he almost surrenders to the police. But he is in love with one of the gang members called Tokyo, so he has to stay. It's also his fault that police get to know the identities of the crew. 9. Denver. Denver is introduced into the world of crime by his dad Moscow, who has quit the mining industry due to the lack of proper pay. During the heist at the Royal Mint, he ends up falling for one of the hostages called Monica, who also happens to be the mistress of Arturo, the Mint's director. In a classic case of Stockholm Syndrome, Monica also falls for him. The two fall so deeply in love that Monica ends up joining the robbers. After the successful heist at the Royal Mint, the lovebirds decide to jointly raise Monica's child that she got from her affair with Arturo. 8. Inspector Raquel, aka Lisbon. Initially, she is the woman tasked with leading the unit that's trying to take down the professor and his crew. However, after several encounters with the genius criminal, she ends up falling in love with him. She later joins the robbers and adopts the name Lisbon. Raquel gives the show most of its human elements. She is total proof that love can hit you when you least expect it and make you do crazy things. Eventually, she quits her career in law enforcement and starts working with the professor. 7. Helsinki. A veteran Serbian soldier, Helsinki is the muscle of the group. He has the tough guy look and he does his best to maintain order among the hostages. What makes Helsinki likable is that despite being a big guy with combat experience, he doesn't come off as too much of a bully compared to someone like Berlin. He gets along with the rest of the crew just fine. He also comes out as gay later on in the series. 6. Nairobi. An expert in minting and forgery, Nairobi was tasked with ensuring the money that was being printed during the Royal Mint heist was of the highest quality. She was a mother and a fairly disciplined character who always did her job well. 5. Arturo. During the first heist, Arturo, who is the director of the Royal Mint, tries to be a hero, but he's mostly kept in check. He talks too much and also tends to be impulsive in a manner that inconveniences other hostages. But it's the annoying mannerisms that make him such an interesting character. Every minute he appears, you pray that someone punches him in the face. He even manages to make himself famous after the first heist by writing a book that portrays him as the savior. And during the second heist, he voluntarily takes himself to the Bank of Spain to relive the experience once again. 4. Inspector Alicia Sierra. She is evil, but there are plenty of reasons to love her. Despite being heavily pregnant, Inspector Sierra brings hell to the professor and his crew. She is the only one in law enforcement who finally manages to outsmart him and make him lose his cool. Given how sly she is, Sierra is a character that should have been introduced earlier. 3. Tokyo. Tokyo is sexy, smart and unpredictable. She also serves as the narrator of the show. Despite not being well-mannered, the professor likes her. This is evident from the fact that she was one of the very first people he recruited for his mission. However, her stubbornness tends to cause trouble for the group. In the third season, her decision to leave Panama, where she's been hiding with her lover Rio, is what puts the authorities on alert. Eventually, most members who were enjoying relatively peaceful lives are forced to meet again for another mission. 2. Berlin. When the crew was conducting the heist at the Royal Mint of Spain, the professor's half-brother Berlin was the second in command. Rarely do you find TV characters that are both annoying and interesting, but Berlin was the perfect blend. He was both charming and arrogant. One of the most memorable moments in the series comes when Berlin and Professor sing the Italian revolutionary song Bella Ciao. 1. The Professor. Albert Einstein would be jealous of this man if they existed in the same era. All criminal masterminds probably wish to have a brain like his too. As the orchestrator of the heists at the Royal Mint of Spain and the Bank of Spain, the professor is just too smart. He prides himself on being a master of trickery since he always manages to fool the authorities. A perfectionist, he always has everything planned out to the minute details, although at the end of the third season, he is finally outsmarted by the authorities after they tricked him into believing they had killed his lover Raquel. Did you watch the whole seasons of the series? Who is your favorite character of the show? Please share your opinion with us by leaving your comment on the comment section below. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends.